Hello there, welcome to Calm Heaven Care. Today, we will be discussing when self-care isn't enough. Gentle signs it might be time for extra support. Sometimes we try everything, rest, journaling, long walks, and yet something inside still feels heavy. Or what happens when all the usual self-care tools stop helping the way they used to? If this space feels supportive to you, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share in the comments. What's one self-care habit that usually helps you recharge? Many people try their best to take care of their emotional well-being, resting, journaling, exercising, or talking with friends. But sometimes, even with those efforts, something still feels heavy. Let's gently explore moments when self-care might not feel like enough and why seeking additional support can sometimes be a meaningful step. Needing support is part of being human. The myth that we should handle everything alone, there's a quiet message many people grow up hearing. That strong people handle things by themselves. That needing help means weakness. But human beings have always relied on support, from family, communities, mentors, and professionals. Self-care tools can be helpful, but sometimes life presents situations that are simply too complex or overwhelming for one person to carry alone. And recognizing that moment can be an act of courage. Pause and reflect. When you're struggling emotionally, do you usually try to handle it alone first? Story 1. The burnout that doesn't go away. Imagine someone who has been feeling exhausted for months. They try many forms of self-care. Taking walks, sleeping earlier, listening to calming music. For short moments, things feel a little lighter. But the exhaustion keeps returning. Work feels overwhelming. Motivation fades. Even relaxing activities feel harder. This doesn't mean their self-care failed. It may simply mean the situation requires more support than one person can provide alone. Sometimes the weight is bigger than self-care. Story 2. The overthinking that won't quiet down. Another familiar experience is persistent overthinking. Someone tries journaling or meditation, but the mind keeps looping through the same worries. What if something goes wrong? Did I say the wrong thing? What will happen tomorrow? Even after trying calming activities, the thoughts continue returning. Many people quietly experience this. And sometimes outside support can provide new perspectives or tools that are hard to access alone. Story 3. The emotional roller coaster. Imagine someone whose emotions feel unpredictable. One moment they feel okay. The next moment they feel overwhelmed by sadness, frustration, or anxiety. They might try self-care strategies like deep breathing or stepping away from stressful situations. Sometimes those things help. But sometimes the emotional waves keep returning. In moments like these, additional support can offer guidance and understanding that self-care alone may not provide. Gentle signs someone might consider extra support. Different people notice different signals. Here are a few experiences some people recognize when they begin thinking about reaching for additional help. Not as strict rules, just patterns people sometimes notice. When self-care stops helping the way it used to, sometimes the tools that once helped, journaling, rest, exercise, no longer bring the same sense of relief. That doesn't mean those tools are useless. It might simply mean the situation has grown more complex. Support can expand your coping tools. When daily life starts feeling harder, some people notice everyday tasks becoming heavier. Getting out of bed, focusing at work, staying connected with loved ones. Life may begin to feel more difficult than usual. That experience can be a signal that additional support might be helpful. When feelings stay intense for a long time, everyone experiences difficult emotions. But sometimes sadness, worry, or overwhelm stays present for weeks or months. In those moments, reaching out for guidance can offer new ways to navigate what's happening. When you feel alone with what you're carrying, another signal can simply be the feeling of isolation. Feeling like no one understands. Feeling like you're carrying something heavy by yourself. Support doesn't remove every challenge, but it can remind someone they don't have to face those moments alone. Reflection moment. If you think about your own life for a moment, have there been times when self-care helped, but the deeper struggle remained? Simply asking that question can bring clarity. A gentle reminder about seeking support. Reaching out for support doesn't mean someone failed at self-care. In many ways, it can be an extension of self-care. Just like we sometimes ask for help with physical challenges, emotional challenges can also benefit from guidance and support. Support is strength, not weakness. When feelings become very heavy. If someone ever feels overwhelmed by thoughts of harming themselves or feeling unable to stay safe, reaching out to local emergency services, crisis resources, or trusted people around them can be an important step toward immediate safety and care. Those moments deserve compassion and support. No one has to face them alone. Self-care can be powerful, but it isn't meant to carry every challenge by itself. Sometimes the most caring thing someone can do for themselves is allowing space for additional support, guidance, or connection. This conversation is simply meant to raise awareness and share common experiences, not to offer medical advice. Everyone's journey with emotional well-being looks different. If this video resonated with you, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future conversations. And in the comments, I'd love to hear, what's one self-care habit that helps you when life feels overwhelming?